I'll never forget the night I spent in room 419. I came to the Crescent for a quiet weekend, nothing more than a little peace and quiet. The room was old-fashioned, creaking under every step, but that night, I woke up to the feeling of something cold, pressing heavy on my chest. It was so dark, I could barely see anything, but I swear there was someone there. A woman, standing at the foot of my bed, her face pale and twisted in pain. I couldn't breathe. She was whispering something. It didn't work. Over and over, like some broken record, I remember feeling this deep, aching sorrow, like it was crawling up my spine. The following morning, after a sleepless night, I explored the hotel in a daze, hoping sunlight would banish the nightmare. But as I passed the basement stairwell, I felt the same piercing cold wash over me. I peeked down, only to catch a flicker of shadowy movement below. It felt like the walls themselves were breathing, exhaling despair. Back in my room, I found a single wilted daisy lying on the dresser, a flower I hadn't put there. Theodora's words stayed with me long after I left, like some malignant echo that haunts my dreams. Sometimes I wonder if she's still waiting in that room, hoping someone will hear her pleas and finally help her find peace. I don't think I'll ever fully escape her, not as long as that desperate whisper lingers in the corners of my mind.
My husband and I booked room 217 as a treat for our honeymoon. Being fans of The Shining, I thought it'd be thrilling, you know? We laughed it off at first, but that first night, we both woke up around midnight to this strong, flowery smell. I thought it was just the hotel's old perfume lingering, but my husband looked pale, like he'd seen a ghost. When I tried to turn on the light, it flickered and died instantly. Then, as if in a trance, I felt someone lightly touching my cheek, like a feather. I didn't know if I should scream or cry, but I couldn't move. The next morning, I was shaken, desperate to leave. As we packed, I noticed something strange. My reflection in the mirror seemed off, like an image overlaid with another face, old yet familiar. In the dusty glow, I saw her, just for a second, a woman with tightly pinned hair, watching me with sad, knowing eyes. When I blinked, she was gone, and the mirror was clear. But even now, whenever I catch my reflection in a dim light, I sometimes glimpse her there, her forlorn eyes silently asking me to stay, as if wanting to hold me in her world forever. I never look too long. Even at home, there are moments in the quiet, half-lit hours when I feel her, lingering in the air, as if she came back with me.
I was backpacking through England and needed a cheap place for the night. Room 289 was cozy, if a little worn down, and I fell asleep quickly, exhausted from travel. But I woke around AM, hearing soft, shuffling sounds near the window. I felt this pressure, like someone was watching me. I could see a woman's silhouette, staring out into the dark, her shoulders shaking like she was crying. My mouth went dry, and I swear I heard her whispering, "Where are you? You promised me." Her voice sounded cracked, desperate, like something had broken inside her. When dawn broke, I rushed to check out, hoping daylight would erase the memories. But just before I left, I felt compelled to glance at the window one last time. There, drawn in the foggy glass, was a faint shape of a heart and a pair of initials I didn't recognize, etched as though with a trembling finger. I ran out, but as I walked away, I could still feel her presence, lingering just beyond sight, waiting for that one last goodbye. Sometimes, on cold mornings, I see that heart in the window, a ghostly mark, as if she's still searching, desperately waiting for a promise that was never kept. I imagine her still there, watching every face that comes into room 289, hoping one of them will be him.